Classification of proteins. Proteins are macromolecules made up of amino acids. They are classified in two ways. One is on the basis of their solubility or shape. Second one is on the basis of increasing complexity of structure. The first classification, the classification of proteins on the basis of solubility or shape. In this classification, proteins are classified into two groups on the basis of their solubility or shape. They are globular proteins and fibrous protein. First one is globular proteins. Globular proteins are spherical in shape. They are soluble in water. They are highly branched. The peptide chains are cross-linked by the usual peptide bonds. The globular protein molecules are tightly folded into spherical or globular shapes. The globular proteins includes enzymes, protein hormones, antibodies, hemoglobin and myoglobin. The next one is fibrous proteins. Fibrous proteins are insoluble in water. They are in form of fibers. They are highly resistant to digestion by proteolytic enzymes. They are unbranched. They are linear molecules. The long linear protein chains are held together by intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Then they are not folded into globular molecules. They serve as structural proteins. The common fibrous proteins are collagen of tendons, elastin of connective tissue, fibrin of silk, keratin of hair, actin and myosin. The next one is classification of proteins based on the increasing complexity of structure. On the basis of increasing complexity of structure, the proteins are classified into three groups. They are simple proteins, conjugated proteins and derived proteins. The simple proteins are the proteins which yield amino acids or their derivatives on hydrolysis are called simple proteins. Simple proteins are further classified into 7 subtypes on the basis of the decreasing solubility. Number 1. Albumins. Albumins are simple proteins soluble in water. They are coagulated by heat. They are precipitated by saturated ammonium sulfate salt solution. They are deficient in glycine. Example, plasma albumin, serum albumin of egg, ovalbumin of egg, white lactalbumin of milk. Second one is globulins. Globulins are insoluble in water but soluble in dilute solutions of neutral salts. They are coagulated by heat. They are precipitated by lower concentration of salts such as ammonium sulfate or sodium sulfate. Globulins are precipitated by saturated NaCl solution. They contain glycine, example plasma globulin, serum globulin, ovaglobulin in egg white, myosin in muscle and edison in hemp. Third one is glutalins. Glutalins are insoluble in water and dilute solutions of neutral salts, but they are soluble in acids and base. They are coagulated by heat. They are rich in arginine, proline and glutamic acid. Example, glutenin in wheat, orezinin in rice. Next one is prolamines. Prolamines are soluble in 70% to 80% of ethyl alcohol, but they are insoluble in water, absolute alcohol or other neutral solvents. They are not coagulated by heat. They contain large amount of protein. They are deficient of lysine. Example, zeaon from maize, gladian from wheat, uridine from barley and sicalin from rye. Next one is albinoid or scleroproteins. These proteins are insoluble in water, dilute solutions of neutral salts, acid, bases and 60 to 80% ethyl alcohol. But they are soluble in long boiling concentrated acid solutions. Example, keratin in hair, feathers, nails and horn, collagen in tendons, skin and bone elastin in ligaments and fibrin in silk. Sixth one is histones. Histones are simple proteins soluble in water and dilute acids but insoluble in ammonia. They are not coagulated by heat. Histones are rich in basic amino acids like histidine and arginine. but deficient in tryptophan and contain little cysteine and methionine. Histones are combined with nucleic acids and hemoglobin. The final one is protamines. Protamines are soluble in water and ammonium hydroxide. They are not coagulated by heat. They are more basic than histones. They contain large quantities of arginine, tyrosine and tryptophan are absent. Example, salmine from salmon sperm, clupin from errine, sternine from sturgeon. The second one is conjugated proteins. Conjugated proteins are proteins united with non-protein substances. Non-protein substances linked to proteins are referred to as prosthetic group. The protein part is called apoprotein. The prosthetic group and apoprotein are together called holoprotein. So, conjugated proteins on hydrolysis yield non-protein substances in addition to amino acids. The conjugated proteins are further classified into subtypes, that is 5 subtypes. One is glycoproteins or mucoproteins. Glycoproteins contain carbohydrates as the prosthetic group. On hydrolysis, they yield amino sugars. Example, mucin in saliva, egg albumin in serum, albumins and serum globulins. Second one is phosphoproteins. Phosphoproteins contain phosphoric acid as the prosthetic group. The phosphoric acid is attached to the hydroxyl group of protein by an ester linkage. Example, casein in milk and vitellin in egg yolk. Next one is lipoproteins. Lipoproteins contain phospholipids or cholesterol as the prosthetic group. Example, lipoproteins of blood serum. Fourth one is nucleoproteins. Nucleoproteins contain nucleic acids as a prosthetic group. Example, nuclein, nucleohistones. Fifth one is chromoproteins. The chromoproteins are colored proteins. These are simple proteins linked to the metallic prosthetic group, which gives the color to the proteins. Example, hemoglobin, hemocyanin, cytochrome, flavoprotein, chlorophyll. The third class is derived proteins. Derived proteins are the intermediate products formed from natural proteins. When they are hydrolyzed by heat, acids, alkalis or enzymes. The derived proteins are of two types. They are primary derived proteins and secondary derived proteins. Primary derived proteins. Primary derived proteins are the derivatives of proteins in which the size of the protein molecule is not materially altered. There are three types of primary derived proteins. First one is proteins. These proteins are denatured proteins. They are the first product produced by the action of acids, enzymes or water on proteins. They are insoluble in water. Example, edestine derived from edastine, fibrin derived from fibrinogen, myosin derived from myosin. Second one is metaproteins. Metaproteins are derived by the further action of acid or alkali on proteins. These are insoluble in water but soluble in dilute acid or alkali. Third one is coagulated proteins. Coagulated proteins are insoluble in protein products produced by the action of heat or alcohol on protein. Coagulated egg white is an example for this type. Secondary derived proteins. Secondary derived proteins are the products of proteins in which definite hydrolysis has taken place. The molecules are smaller than those of the original protein. They may be mainly of three types, namely proteases, peptones and polypeptides. Proteases. Proteases are soluble in water. They are not coagulated by heat. They are precipitated by saturating their solutions with ammonium sulfate. Peptones. Peptones are soluble in water. They are not coagulated by heat. They are also not precipitated by sorting their solution with ammonium sulfate. The final one is polypeptides. The polypeptides are the derivatives of proteins containing many amino acid units. The final and additional classification of protein is based on function. Based on functions, they perform proteins are classified into following groups, that is 9 groups. One is structural proteins. example keratin of hair and nails, collagen of bone. Next one is enzymes or catalytic proteins, example exokinase and pepsin. Third one is transport proteins, example hemoglobin, serum albumin. Fourth one is hormonal proteins, example insulin, growth hormone. Next one is contractile protein, example actin and myosin. Sixth one is storage proteins, example ovalbumin and glutamine. Seventh one is genetic proteins, example nucleoproteins. Eighth one is defense protein, example snake venom, immunoglobulins. The ninth one is receptor proteins, that is hormone and viruses. The next one is nutritional classification of proteins. The nutritive value of protein is determined by the composition of essential amino acids from the nutritional point of view. Proteins are classified into three categories. First one is complete proteins. These proteins have all the 10 essential amino acids in the required protein, that is proportion by the human body to promote good growth, example egg albumin, milk casein. Next one is partially incomplete proteins. These proteins partially lack one or more essential amino acids and can promote moderate growth, example wheat and rice protein, that is limiting lysine and threonine. The final one is incomplete proteins. These proteins completely lack one or more essential amino acids, hence they do not promote growth at all, example gelatin lacks tryptophan, zein lack of tryptophan and lysine. Properties of protein. Protein has the following properties. First one is physical state. Most of the proteins are hydrophilic colloids. A few proteins such as insulin, tobacco mosaic virus, etc. are crystalline in nature. Second one is color. The proteins have no characteristic color except chromoproteins. Chromoproteins are colored and the color is imported by metallic prosthetic group. Third one is taste or odor. A pure protein is tasteless and odorless. Fourth one is viscosity of proteins. Proteins are highly viscous in nature. Generally, fibrous proteins are more viscous, that is fibrinogen, than globular proteins, that is albumin. Here, the viscosity of the fibrinogen is higher than the albumin. Molecular weight. The molecular weight of proteins varies from 30,000 to few millions. Protein molecules are much smaller. In fact, the molecular weight of a typical protein is comparable to that of the smallest nucleic acid molecule, the tRNA. Typical polypeptide chains have molecular weights ranging from 15,000 to 70,000. The average molecular weight of an amino acid is 110, that is 110, which means that typical polypeptide chain contains some 135 to 635 amino acids. The molecular weight is determined by ultracentrifuge. The molecular weight of some common proteins are cytochrome C 15,600, myoglobin 17,000, pepsin 35,500, egg albumin 44,000, insulin 47,800, hemoglobin 63,000, serum albumin 69,000, serum gamma globulin 1,76,000, catalase 2,50,000, fibrinogen 33,000, myosin 8,50,000, rabbit papillomavirus 47 lakhs, tobacco mosaic virus 59 lakhs. The next property, that is the sixth property, levorotatory, that is optical property. All the proteins are levorotatory. This property is due to the presence of alpha amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. Here, the light is when passed through a protein solution, the protein turns the light into clockwise or anti-clockwise. If it is rotates the clockwise, it is called as retrorotatory. If it is turns the light into left side, that is called as levorotatory. In that, all the proteins are levorotatory in nature. The seventh property is hydrolysis. Peptides and proteins undergo hydrolysis by means of dilute hydrochloric acid or H2SO4, alkali or enzymes into their constituent amino acids. Eighth one is hydration. When proteins are brought into contact with water, protein molecules absorb water and swell up. The polar groups like COOH, NH2 and OH become hydrated. Electrolytes, that is alcohols or sugars in high concentration, will compete for the water of hydration, dehydrate the protein and precipitate it from solution. The ninth one is coagulation. Most of the proteins are hydrophilic colloids. They are precipitated or coagulated in solution alkaline to the isoelectric pH by positive ions such as zinc 2 plus, cadmium 2 plus, Pb 2 plus, Hg 2 plus, Fe 3 plus and calcium 3 plus. At this pH the protein has a negative charge. If negative ions combine with proteins in solutions more acidic than the isoelectric pH to form salts, the common precipitates in the group are trichloroacetic acid, tungstic acid, phosphotungstic acid, sulfoxylic acid, picric acid and tannic acid. The 10th property is salting in and salting out of proteins. The solubility of many proteins is increased in the presence of small concentration of various neutral salts. This is referred to as salting in of proteins. Salting in of proteins is caused by force of attraction between salt and proteins at low salt concentration, leading to increased solubility. As the concentration of the neutral salt is increased, the solubility increases to maximum and then salt decreasing and finally the protein is precipitated. This is referred to as salting out. The salting out of protein is caused by the competition between the protein and the salt at high concentrations. The salting out of protein is an effective method of purification of protein. The 11th one is oxidation of proteins. Proteins are oxidized by putrefaction process to form the products such as amino nitrogen compounds and carbon dioxide and water. The bad smell of the dead and decaying bodies is due to the putrefaction of the protein. The 12th one is amphoteric nature of proteins. In proteins, there are several free NH2 groups from basic amino acids and COH groups from acidic amino acids. The groups can ionize in solution, producing both anions and cations. Thus, the protein molecule exists as a deuterion in solution. It can combine with both acids and bases. That proteins are amphoteric compounds. 13.1 Isoelectric point. As each protein contains one free NH2 group and another free carboxy group, the protein has an ionizing property due to the presence of these insoluble groups in the protein chains. The proteins also have some definite isoelectric pH at which they do not migrate in an electric field. At this electric pH, the number of positive charges is equal to the negative charges, giving a net charge of 0. The isoelectric pH of the proteins have been found to depend upon the relative number of acidic or basic groups, which are rendered by amino acids. Serum albumin, which has many acidic amino acids, and isoelectric pH of 4.7. Gliadin, with many basic amino acids, has 9.0 isoelectric pH. Swelling capacity or viscosity and solubility are minimal at the isoelectric pH. Proteins are cations at pH values lower than the isoelectric pH and anion at pH values higher than the isoelectric pH. The isoelectric pH of some proteins are pepsin 2.7, casein 4.6, tetanus toxin 5.1, serum globulin 5.4, edesin 16.9, cytochrome C 9.8, avidin 10.0, lysozyme 11. The 14th property is denaturation. Proteins undergo remarkable changes in their solubility, optical rotation, and biological properties. When they are treated with heat, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, light, alcohol, acetone, or aqueous potassium iodide, urea, detergent, etc. These changes occurring in the proteins are called denaturation. The changed proteins are called denatured proteins, and the unchanged natural proteins are called native proteins. Denaturation has the following silent features, that is, denatured proteins precipitate from their solutions. This process is called coagulation. Denaturation is the result of changes in conformation of unfolding of a protein molecule. The secondary and tertiary structures of proteins are completely lost in denaturation without any break in the primary structure. In denatured proteins, the solubility activity is decreased or lost. Denaturation causes change in the optical rotation property of proteins. Denaturation makes the protein inactive. Example, enzymes. Denaturation is a reversible or irreversible process. The common example of irreversible denaturation is the familiar changes which occur during the boiling of an egg. The reversible denaturation is called renaturation or refolding. In case denaturation is effected by heat, renaturation may be carried out by very slow cooling. The process of this type of renaturation is called annealing. Example, hemoglobin can be denatured in acid solution and the process is reversed by neutralization under the correct conditions. The significance of denaturation. Denaturation property of protein helps in the clinical laboratory. The protein-free substance of the blood, such as glucose, uric acid and drugs, are analyzed by precipitating the protein of blood by the adding of certain acids. Fifth one is color reactions. Proteins gives characteristic colors on treatment with specific reagents. These reactions help to identify proteins. Hence, they are called tests for proteins. There are 6 tests to identify proteins. They are Biuret test, Milon's test, Ninaitin test, Xanthoprotic test, Eller's test and Nitroproside test. The first one is Biuret test. The protein solution is warmed gently with 10% solution of sodium hydroxide and then a drop of very dilute copper sulfate solution is added. The formation of reddish violet color indicates the presence of peptide link, that is C double bond ONH. This test is answered by all proteins, peptones and peptides except dipeptides. The name Biuret is derived from the fact that the test is also positive for the compound Biuret, that is H2NCONH, CONH2, combined form urea by ET. Dipeptide do not answer the Biuret test, while all other peptides answer the test. Hence, Biuret test is important to know whether hydrolysis of protein is complete or not. If the Biuret test is negative, hydrolysis is complete, at least to the dipeptide stage. The second one is Milon's test. Milon's reagent is a solution of mercuric and mercurous nitrites in nitric acid containing a little nitrous acid. Proteins, on adding Milon's reagent followed by heating, the solution gives a red precipitate or red color. The test is responded by the proteins having tyrosine. The hydroxyphenyl group of tyrosine is the structure responsible for this test. The non-proteinous material having the phenolic group also respond to the test. The third one is Ninaitin test. When Ninaitin is added to the protein solution and the mixture is heated to boil, a blue or violet color appears. It is a test used to test the presence of amino acids. The fourth one is Xanthoprotic test. When a few drops of nitric acid is added to the protein solution, yellow precipitate appears. Xanthoprotic reaction is due to the presence of amino acids, namely tyrosine, phenylalanine and tryptophan. The yellow precipitate is due to the formation of metaproteins insoluble in nitric acid. The fifth one is Eller's test. In a test tube containing concentrated nitric acid, small quantity of protein solution is slowly added. The two solutions are mixed slowly by rotating one on the palm. A white ring appears at the junction of two solutions. The final one is Nitroproside test. The proteins containing free SH group of cysteine gives a reddish color with sodium nitroproside in ammonial solution.